Spears were a good thing in hunting and war. In the old days, you would have short, thick thrusting spears when you would hunt on foot. Something like this. Of course, they had a stone blade attached to them. A flint blade. Or any kind of blade, either it's bone, stone, it doesn't matter. But you would snare an animal and you would go up and thrust the spear into them. Then you would get a war club and hit them over the head, and then the animal would be dead. But as we continued to fight, we learned that a spear is better if it's longer. So in the olden days, a spear was usually about 6 feet long, or sometimes 7 feet. But when horseback warfare came into play, there were some tribes that had 10-foot spears. A spear that was almost as long as a lodgepole. You couldn't keep the spear inside your lodge because it was so long, you had to keep it outside the lodge. I think they were more or less showing off with their spears at that point. But hunting buffalo on horseback with a really long spear is a lot more safe. Hunting, well, not hunting, but going to war against enemies with a longer spear is safer because they can't strike you with a war club when they're on horseback if you have a really long spear. This spear is a late 1800s war spear. This has the fur of an otter wrapped around it. It has trade cloth wrapped on it. It has a long iron blade taken from a wagon. It has been shaped on the bottom so that the tang of the blade has teeth. So once you lash it on with rawhide to the stick, it isn't going anywhere. No matter how much you thrust, no matter how much you hit with this blade isn't coming out. But the otter was a very revered animal because it was a hunter. Anytime the otter would go out and fish, he would always bring something back. It kind of became a hunting emblem for many people, so you would be successful like an otter. But at the same time, later on it became a war implement because you would be as successful as the otter is when it goes out and gets something. You would get the enemy in turn. This one has the hooves of a deer on it, just to give it a nice sound when you shake it. But these were carried in society ceremonies, all kinds of things where you needed to look good. It could be carried in war, but you would be rather crazy to carry a spear this short. This one is about 5'9", I think. Relatively short spear. But of course, if you're a dog soldier, you'd be carrying it because you're a dog soldier. You don't care what anybody else thinks. You know, you're going to be strong and tough. You're not afraid.